What's going on, guys? I'm Pete, and welcome to Retro Game Addict. I've done a few of these recent gaming countdowns that have garnered pretty good reception, so I'm going to keep making them. Nintendo has a long history with fitness-oriented gaming, going back to the Family Fun Fitness Mat / Power Pad on the NES, and spanning all the way to the modern era with Ring Fit Adventure and Jump Rope Challenge on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo has tried a handful of different fitness approaches throughout the years, but they have a surprising amount of real-world walking integration into gaming using a pedometer, also known as a step tracker, essentially incorporating the real-world steps you took into certain games or devices. A few things to keep in mind. I'm limiting this list solely to first-party Nintendo items. And as with my other lists, we're starting with the normal and working our way up towards the weird and/or obscure. With all that out of the way, here is my list of Nintendo's first-party pedometers. We are kicking off this list with the Nintendo 3DS's built-in pedometer. The entire line of 3DS and 2DS consoles had an activity log application that tracked application and game usage, and it also functioned as a step tracker. It encouraged players to walk with their systems while in sleep mode to earn play coins. A player could earn 1 coin for every 100 steps taken, with a maximum of 10 coins earned per day. These coins were used with compatible applications and games to unlock certain in-game content as well as other rewards. It was a great way to incentivize gamers to carry their 3DS consoles around with them, and it was very popular during the first few years following the system's release. I can't speak for everyone, but the combination of earning play coins and encountering different Miis through Street Pass on the 3DS really made me feel connected to the other players. I remember carrying around my 3DS to different conventions and events in the early to mid 2010s to earn coins and see Miis that I encountered through Street Pass. Next up is the Pokewalker. Released in 2009, the Pokewalker is a standalone pedometer that connected to the Nintendo DS via an infrared signal and functioned with the DS re-releases of Pokemon Gold and Silver, Heart Gold, and Heart Silver. A player can transfer a Pokemon from either title to the Pokewalker. That Pokemon would earn XP, and the player earned in-game currency through walking in real life. Players could also obtain items and catch Pokemon on the Pokewalker, then transfer them to the DS games. This was another item that I remember being popular around release, and these Pokewalkers have become somewhat sought after today, commanding high prices on eBay. The Pokewalker proved to be so popular that it was reused to work with Wii Fit U, which had its own dedicated pedometer accessory whose design was directly influenced by the Pokewalker. That is as good as a segue as I can think to introduce our next entry, the Fit Meter. This is the Fit Meter, which was bundled with Wii Fit U and sold separately in 2013. As previously mentioned, the Fit Meter was modeled after the Pokewalker, which is evident in its design. For those who are unfamiliar, the Wii Fit series are exergaming games that engage the player in physical activities such as strength training, aerobics, yoga, and balance. The Fit Meter tracked real-life player movement primarily while jogging. The player's real-life activity could then be transferred to the Wii U by holding the Fit Meter close to the Wii U gamepad to transmit its data via infrared connection. I personally didn't pay much mind to the Fit Meter around its release, and a recent eBay search yielded many brand new Fit Meters for less than $10 shipped, so I might end up picking one of these up just to mess around with. The number 4 spot on this list belongs to the Pokemon Pikachu, aka the Pocket Pikachu device. These were released worldwide in late 1998 and are Nintendo's first crack at the digital pet craze popularized by the Tamagotchi. I've made a video of my repair of one of these units before, and I'll throw a link to it in the video description. As you can see, the Pokemon Pikachu is a small yellow handheld that takes clear styling cues from the Game Boy, right down to the mini D-pad. The Pocket Pikachu is first and foremost a virtual pet toy where you care for a Pikachu, but it also doubles as a pedometer. There is a small clip on the back of the unit to strap it to a belt or clothing to track the player's steps. The player earns the in-game currency, 1 watt for every 20 steps taken. These watts are used to buy presents for your virtual Pikachu. The prices on these are still somewhat low and have stayed consistent in recent years, but the same can't be said for our next entry. The number 5 spot belongs to a Japanese exclusive variant of the Pocket Pikachu, the Pocket Hello Kitty. Nintendo licensed the development of the Pocket Hello Kitty to Hello Kitty's parent company, Sanrio, and released the unit in late 1998. The design is overall a carbon copy of the Pokemon Pikachu, with the main difference being the pink-colored casing of the Pocket Hello Kitty. The Pocket Hello Kitty has you caring for a virtual Hello Kitty in lieu of a Pikachu, and retains the same step tracking capabilities of its Pokemon counterpart. Being that these are Japanese exclusive, they command higher prices than the Pokemon Pikachu. Nintendo and Sanrio have previously collaborated with the Hello Kitty Game Boy Pocket, Color, and Game Boy Advance models, but the Pocket Hello Kitty is a cool, lesser-known piece of Nintendo history. This is another item on this list that is on my radar to pick up for sure. Coming in at number 6 is the Pokemon Pocket Pikachu 2/Pocket Pikachu Color. As the name implies, the Pocket Pikachu 2 is the successor to the original Pocket Pikachu. Released in 1999 in Japan and in 2000 in Europe and North America, the Pocket Pikachu 2 features additional Pikachu animations, an infrared port to communicate with other Pocket Pikachu 2 units, as well as the Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal Game Boy cartridges. The most important feature for this list, though, is that the Pocket Pikachu 2 retains the pedometer capability of the original model, so you can again earn in-game currency for real-life steps taken. The Pocket Pikachu 2 is a welcome upgrade to the original Pocket Pikachu and is the clear choice if you're in the market for a virtual Pikachu. This upgrade comes with a higher price tag though, especially if you're set on a North American model. Coming off the subject of the Pocket Pikachu 2, our number 7 spot goes to the Pocket Sakura. The Pocket Sakura is a licensed variant of the Pocket Pikachu 2, in the same vein as the Pocket Hello Kitty being based off the original Pocket Pikachu. The Pocket Sakura is based on the Japanese steampunk media franchise and is a Japan exclusive released in 2000. The interesting thing about the Pocket Sakura is that it is a Sega property, and it was released at a time when the Sega-Nintendo rivalry was still in high gear. To account for this, the Pocket Sakura and its coinciding Game Boy title, Sakura Taisen GB, were developed by Jupiter. Being that the Pocket Sakura is a rebrand of the Pocket Pikachu 2, it also retained its pedometer function, making this yet another official Nintendo pedometer. This one is a little bit more obscure outside of Japan, but it can be found online for around $50 shipped for a nice example. Personal Trainer Walking, aka Walk With Me, is an exergaming application developed by Nintendo and released for the Nintendo DS in 2008 in Japan and in 2009 in Europe and North America. It was a charming little app that was part of Nintendo's Touch Generation series and featured in-app Mii characters. Personal Trainer Walking allows up to 4 users to track their walking, jogging, and running activities, and presented their stats through various graphs and charts. The cartridge came bundled with 2 small infrared pedometers that communicated the user's real-life walking data to the game cartridge. The app had a variety of mini-games to unlock, and utilized the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection for weekly leaderboards, as well as a world step count presented virtually through the solar system. Personal Trainer Walking was released at a time when Nintendo went hard on fitness and exergaming, but it's still interesting that something like this was sold at retail. If an app like this existed today, I think it would be offered digitally, with the pedometers being sold separately, or just have some sort of smartphone integration. I bought Personal Trainer Walking new at the time of release, and I don't remember playing it for a long period. These are really cheap on the secondhand market today. You can snag the complete version of Personal Trainer Walking for less than $10. That was it for the list of Nintendo's first-party pedometers. There is a third-party Ubisoft Thrustmaster pedometer that I didn't mention, and I also decided to exclude accessories like the Pokemon Go Plus and Pokeball Plus since they rely heavily on smartphone GPS to track movement and aren't technically pedometers. Regardless, I think it's pretty cool that Nintendo has a history of getting gamers moving in real life. I think the days of a dedicated Nintendo pedometer are probably behind us. But Nintendo does seem committed to exergaming with modern games like Ring Fit Adventure, and their involvement with the Pokemon Go and Pikmin Bloom smartphone apps. What did you guys think? Was there anything that I missed? Do you have any of these games or devices? Please be sure to let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. As always, thank you all so much for watching Retro Game Attic. I really do appreciate you all. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.